If you've been to an airport, you've seen mobile belt loaders on the tarmac. They drive from the terminal to the aircraft, align their built-in conveyor belt with the entrance to the cargo hold, then load baggage or cargo on board. When an aircraft arrives, they do all that in reverse to unload baggage or cargo. A turn of the control handle adjusts the height of the front of the belt loader, enabling it to reach the cargo hold of even the tallest aircraft. The rear height is also adjustable, so the airport baggage handlers can set it at a level comfortable for loading. The vehicle and the conveyor belt are separate units. In this part of the factory, workers construct the conveyor's steel frame. They weld together all the steel parts, then grind all the weld seams flat so that the belt will move over the frame smoothly. Workers install a cross member just past the midpoint of the frame. It will connect with two sets of lift arms installed in the vehicle, one which raises and lowers the front of the conveyor, the other which raises and lowers the rear. Workers insert alignment pins to position the cross member on the frame correctly, then weld it into place. The vehicle's chassis is also made of welded steel. Workers blast the chassis and conveyor frame with a metal abrasive. This removes rust and other debris, prepping the surface for paint to adhere properly. They caulk all the unwelded seams to prevent corrosion, then spray a coat of primer, followed by a coat of industrial-grade paint in the color the customer requested. Once the paint dries, assembly can resume. On the conveyor frame, they install the motor which drives the belt. There are two options available: this hydraulic motor powered by the vehicle's engine, or an electric motor powered by battery. The motor rotates two large metal rollers, one at the front of the frame, the other at the rear. The belt wraps around these rollers so that when they turn, the belt moves. Between the end rollers, running the entire length of the conveyor, workers install 58 smaller metal rollers. These form the floor of the conveyor and can support up to a ton of cargo. The motor runs these rollers forward or in reverse, depending on whether the belt is loading or unloading the aircraft. The belt itself is made of high-strength tire-grade rubber with an anti-skid texture on the surface. To be long enough to loop around the 25-foot-long conveyor, plus the end rollers, the belt is 50 feet in length. The ends have teeth, which fit into each other like a zipper and fasten with a metal pin. Elsewhere in the factory, technicians install components on the vehicle chassis. First, the front and rear axles. Then, on each axle, two wheels, with tires specifically designed for long life on the airport tarmac. At the rear of the chassis, they install the hydraulic cylinder, which raises and lowers the rear lift arms. Then the vehicle's engine, which can be either gas, diesel, propane, or electric powered. The vehicle drives at a maximum speed of just 25 miles per hour, but that's more than sufficient for traveling between the terminal and the aircraft. After installing the power steering system, technicians run wiring for the lights and other electrical components, run hydraulic hoses for the brakes and lift cylinders, and install the controls for the conveyor. They install the hydraulic cylinder which raises the front lift arms, then connect the fluid hoses to the hydraulic pump. Next, they install the front and rear lift arms, along with a safety brace underneath, to use when mechanics are working beneath the conveyor. They attach the lift arms to the front and rear cylinders, which expand to raise the arms and retract to lower them. Now, workers hoist the conveyor over the vehicle and bolt the front and rear lift arms to the cross member on the conveyor's underside. The two units are now one mobile belt loader, ready to roll off the line and hit the tarmac.